Alright, y'all. I poured some resin for the first time since before I moved. It's been a long time since I poured resin. But I finally did some. But the 2 gallons of resin I had are still missing. I can't find them. And my sewing machine. I had a really nice sewing machine. Those are the 2 things that I've noticed that are missing since the move. I'm sure there's more, but those are 2 things I'm missing right now. So I ran out of resin. This is what I was able to pour before I ran out because I only had that little bit. I have that family wood, but I can't stand family wood. So this is what I got poured today. Hey, honey.
Message.
That's my husband. Alright. This is what I was able to get done. I popped some pieces out, but the other ones are still curing because I had to do different layers. So I'll just do a sneak peek and then I'll show the rest when I pop them. I made these owl sets. None of these, of course, have been glazed or sanded or anything. This just came straight out of the mold. It's not bad. I made 4 of those. I also made 4 of these turtles, but a couple of the turtle molds were off balance and I had overpour all over my table and I made a mess. So those are the turtle ones. A couple of them are good. The other 2 are kind of lopsided, so that's not my favorite. So I did the bat wing with the heart in the middle. I really like that. It's really cool. So I have to glaze these, make them a little bit stronger, but I mean they're not bad. They're still a little tacky because of the ink that I used to color the black. I used like a screen printing type ink, and we'll see if it hardens all the way. I'll let you know in the next day or 2. Then I had a lot of this left over, so I just poured a lot of things with this brown color. I'll paint his little face on later. And then I made the yin and the yang. I made the, one part black, one part white with holographic, shiny, glimmery glitter. And then I made this cupcake, which I did the fingernail polish in the mold with that. And I'll have to glitter on the back. I'll have to glaze these, of course, and sand them and everything. Then I made this piece. These are molds that I hadn't used yet, so this is like a purple black color here, the ribbon and the red heart, and then the black studs. They came out pretty neat. And then the cougars, which it has this really thin. I guess you could fill that in with resin, but it's a lot of extra work. I don't like all the extra work, so I'll fill that in tomorrow. I'll lay it on a piece of tape and then fill that in and see how it works. Well, the next day or 2 when I get more resin in the mail, because I had to order more because I used it. And then I got this cupcake, which is really hard to see through, but it's got the twin stars stickers in there and then a bunch of glitter and confetti, and I just went really crazy with that one. I think it's gonna come out kind of gaudy. I did too much glitters and crap. And then this heart, I don't know if it's ever gonna set up. It's still, it's harder than it was because the ink that I used to make the red, I think I used too much, so it was still really tacky, but it's getting there. I put a bullet in there and then the red heart. So that, and then I did this black heart here, but I couldn't get it out of the mold yet because of the inks I used. It's starting to pop now. I can hear it. So I started pouring this morning really early, late last night, early morning, and then I kind of worked on it this afternoon some. And I've just been doing a little here and there as they start to get tacky and stuff. And then I got a lot in the process that I'm not done yet, but I made a new mold with some mold putty of this Cheshire cat, which will be shiny like that when I glaze it, but I have to paint his little fur and eyes and mouth and everything. But that mold came out pretty good. So it was that mold I made. I poured another one. So we'll see how that one comes out. And then I did some of these lips, black and red. So they'll look better when they're glazed. Then I did some of these flowers. This is basically leftover resin. And then this really cleavage-like heart. I call it cleavage because it reminds me of like the cleavage right there. It's really spaced right there. And then just a regular blood heart. Looks like a kidney. Really? Really? Wow. You know there's no blinds, right? You found my resin? And I just ordered 4 more gallons. Oh well. That's what goes in here with no blinds on the windows. Just flashed me. Okay. Where was I? Now it got me all flustered. Okay. And I made this cabochon. I'll have to dome it. And then this one looks like she got some water spots. Looks like, no, those are air bubbles. Little tiny micro air bubbles that made her look like she had the chicken pox. Look, her pimple's really bad. Anyway, and then I poured some more. I poured the tiara one and another Ariel. They're still in there. They're still tacky. And then what else did I do? Okay, I got this bottle done. I just have to paint the back and do the lid. But it's a little horse in a field. I really love these bottles. This is a different bottle from the one I normally make. This is the size of that one. So it's a lot smaller, actually. This is much smaller than this one. It could fit inside there. So I got all these different bottles now. I just love the bottles. So, and then this one, I have to paint the backs of these and then do the little lids. This one's a dragonfly flying in a garden. And I'll paint the backs. Seal those. So those 2 bottles are done. The rest of the bottles are, I'm still working on them. Oh, I did this cupcake too. That one. And then this is the, I didn't pour any of these Hello Kitties yet, but I ran out of resin. My husband just found, I can't believe he just found the resin as soon as I'm done. But this is one of those beetles that I got out of my pool skimmer that I saved. And you can't really see. I don't know if it's going to show. I guess I'll see when I pop it out of the mold. Because it had like an iridescent rainbow color on its body. So I don't know if that went away after I soaked it in salt. I soaked it. I left it sit and look, I got stickies on me. I let it sit in salt to dry it out. So I don't know if the iridescent, I could still see it when I pulled it out of the bag. So hopefully it'll show through the resin. But I just did like a sprinkle glitter behind it just to give a little something. I just wanted to basically test it to see if it's worth me saving the bugs or not. So. And then there's this bottle. This is a different bottle too. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 different shaped bottles now. So this one is a little, it's hard to see because it's still in the mold, but it is a little mushroom flower, a little garden scene with a little snail. And then this one has a piece of paper for a background, a picture for a background behind it of like a garden scenery, like a forest. And then this bottle is just some grass and a fairy with some sparkles behind it, and I'll paint the back of that one. That one I didn't have anything in until last minute. I forgot I didn't put anything in it, so right before it was too tacky to put anything in, I stuck that charm in there. So that's why that one kind of looks incomplete, because I forgot it. So yeah, good one. This one is another wolf howling at the moon with fog underneath it, cotton. You can't really see it because it's still in the mold, but there's some cotton down the bottom, and then it's got some holographic stars, and then I'll paint it black in the back. And then this is another mermaid scenery with sand dollars and whatnot. And I'll have to paint the water in the background. And then this one is a riverside stream with unicorns and a forest behind them. And then this one is a forest with a mushroom and a tree in the back and a fairy sitting by the mushroom. And then this one is a dragonfly flying around like in the garden scenery. This one is an owl on a branch with stars behind it, which will be a night scene as well. And then this one is a bird flying with the grass in the sky behind it. And then there's also cotton behind it to make it look like a cloud. So I'll see how that comes out. It doesn't look too great through the thing, so we'll see if that is one that has a lot left to be desired, or if that's going to turn out okay or not. This one is, and I know I stuck it in there. Oh, I see it now. There's a black horse back there. It's really, you can kind of see its shape. It's another little horse one. I really love the horsies. They look cute in these little bottles. It's kind of hard to see. It's got a picture behind it too of a, like a sunset forest type scenery. And then there's this one, which is a dragon flying, and I screwed up and put the wrong picture behind it. That's flowers, you see. Yeah, it makes no sense. I was supposed to put the greenery behind it, and I flipped the picture because I was going to paint a castle in the background, really far in the background down here somewhere, and have it like flying over the castle. But anyway, I screwed that up. I can always do it next time. And then there's this one, which has a lamp and a genie coming out of the lamp, and some shiny, shimmery stuff in the background. And then also has cotton to make it look like smoke, you know, from her coming out of the genie lamp. And then I will paint a solid color on the back. And then there's this bottle, which I'm doing a mermaid scenery in. And I still got at least 2 more layers to go in that one. And what else? Oh, I got my pot leaf mold. Which is those. And then what else? Oh, my mermaid tails. Here's one. These haven't been glazed yet either. I think I'm just going to draw some scales, like with a black marker on here. Some little, you know, scale outline on that. And leave it just like that. Now this one, I glued sequins to. Blue and green sequins to. And the tail is white, shiny on the bottom, but on top it's got like a, it's kind of hard to see because most of the sequence is covering it, but you can see it through it, bits and pieces, and it's like a really pale green. I don't know how to describe that color. It's a really light limey green, not lime, but I don't know how to describe it, but it's really pretty. And you can see it popping through the sequence here and there, and it really looks well. So I'm going to glaze on top of that with resin, of course. I'll make a mess with that, but it'll work. And then what else did I do? I did these, which you're not going to be able to see until I pop them out, which they're still a little too soft, so they'll be popped out tomorrow. These are little ones. They're the small Travola mold, not the regular size one I usually use. But I had leftover green, so I put it behind that one. I hope it matches because I forgot what stickers I had in there because I haven't done stickers in a long time. But the rest have just got cellophane and confettis and stuff. They're Mama Goma stickers and Twin Star stickers in there. And then this one is a surprise. I'll wait till I pop out to show y'all. It's really, I hope it turns out good. I hope so anyway. We will see. So that is what I did, and I just ordered 4 new gallons of resin, and my husband just found the 2 gallons that were missing. So now I'm gonna have 6 gallons of resin. Yeah, so I guess I better get busy, huh? Now I can make my toilet seats and stuff. Let me see if this, yep, this is it. He brought it in here. He brought that in here. There's no blinds up yet, and the light's on, so that means you can see through here from the front of the house. I mean, we don't live in a busy area, but he just walked in here butt naked and gave me this. Yeah, totally. It's a box within a box. Looks like there's only 1 in here. Should have been 2 gallons. Let me see if I can get in here. I made curtains from the front door today too. Y'all would be so proud of me. And that's how I realized my sewing machine was missing. Yeah, nothing like needing to make curtains and not having your sewing machine. Sucked. But hey, I got them up. Thank God for seamstress glue, because that's what I hemmed it with. Because I was not hemming that by hand. I am not a sewer. Don't enjoy it. Yep, there you go, 2 gallons. It's half a gallon, half a gallon, half a gallon, half a gallon. So that's 2 full gallons. Yay! I can take those out and put those on my shelf. I'll do that in a little bit. They're kind of heavy. Anyway, I was so upset because I couldn't find it, and I contemplated using the rest of that Fama wood. I cannot stand Fama wood. It's just my personal. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I just don't like it. It smells to me. I don't like it. The Cast and Craft does not have a smell. It does not give me headaches. So, therefore, that's what I like. This one's going to be cool. So, I'll show again once I'm finished with these tomorrow. Once I've done the final paintings and all that crap. And then, also, I did these. I saw Studio Loren and a couple other people that were doing these. I thought they were really cute. And I gave it a go. Except for, I really suck at doming with resin. I suck at glazing with resin. So, I had several spills where it poured over. But you know what? You can't really tell by looking at the front of them. So, I'm just going to go with the fact that I didn't mess them up. How about that? They're still tacky. So, I'm not going to really pick them up. But, and the lighting in here really does suck. Let me see if I can move it over here. Oh, I'm going to spill them. Nope, that's not going to work either. And you know, I think I just moved to a darker area. That was smart, wasn't it? Anyway, let me see if I can get these in. You got this one, which is a fairy. And then this one, which is a Pegasus with the Hope ribbon. And then you have that one, which is the Eiffel Tower. And then that one is a bird flying. That's a cute little cabochon. There we go. That one is an artist palette. This is my favorite. An artist palette, which I did different colors in the paint palette. And then a key. I don't know why I thought that key would look good with it. You can unlock your, creativity. Anyway. Then there's the Statue of Liberty. Then there's a sewing machine, which is missing in my house. And then there's this cute little cabochon. Then there's a mushroom with the dragonfly. And then there's a rose. So that's what I did yesterday and today, people. And once again, I will show when I'm completely done with everything. Yeah, I got my resin. Oh, that's what I want to do. week I will show when they're finished. Alright, y'all. Bye.